Hey guys, it's Ashley. So today's video is on it's not always going to be smooth. What am I talking about? Well, keep on watching to hear what I have to say. And I also want to talk a little bit about my YouTube channel. So, here we go. I'll talk about the not always smooth in a second, but I want to explain and to share you guys, my heart a little bit. So I have tried to be consistent with YouTube, my videos coming out, once a week or every couple weeks, but it's just too much pressure for me right now. And so I don't know when I'm going to send videos out. It might even be months and months between a video, or who knows, I might have a lot come out in a couple weeks and then you just might not see anything for a while, because I just need to go with God's pace. So I just want you guys to know that. So with that said, I'm going to share with you a little bit on just what the Lord's been speaking to me about. It's been an intense season. It's just been intense. It's been good, but it's also been very, very hard. It's just a lot to talk about. And so I'm just going to leave you with just what the Lord's been telling me, and maybe this will encourage you. So I know we all know life's not perfect, right? But sometimes we just feel like things would be a little bit more smooth than what they are. But if we look in the Bible, and there's probably many, many stories, but I'm going to specifically look at the story of Abraham. If we look at him, and what the Lord said to him, but all the things that happened before his promise came to be, it shows us that things aren't going to always be super smooth. And even though it sucks and it's hard, we just have to plow through, persevere through, and know that whatever God says, He will manifest. I mean, God, His promises, they have to come true. God, it just cannot contradict Himself. He can't. And so sometimes it's just like, Lord, you said X, Y, and Z. Why is this not happening? We just have to be patient and just know that He comes through. So let's look at Abraham, okay? So I'm starting in Genesis 12. And I'll probably go all the way through maybe Genesis 20. I'm not going to go way in depth at all. I'm just going to give you a really quick snapshot. But in chapter 12, Abraham gets a word from God. And pretty much God's like, I want you to go to another country. And in simplicity, God's like, I'm going to bless you. I'm going to bless your name. And I'm going to make you into a great nation. All right? So Abraham's like, all right, I'll move. I'll do what you told me to do. And right off, from the get-go, he runs into a famine, okay? And then he runs into, I don't know what you'd call it, but just, there could be a situation where his wife could have been taken from him. So then he had to tell his wife to say that you're my sister, and that was just a weird situation. And then, so when he went to another country, he brought Lot with him, and Lot and him got into some strife about just the land that they were going to enter into. So there was like conflict, there was strife. And so right from the get-go, it's not very smooth. So what does God do? God comes to Abraham and speaks to him again and really encourages him. Pretty much says, I'm going to come through for you. Well, after that, Lot and some other people are taken into captivity. And Abraham has to go rescue him. And then God shows up again and pretty much says the same thing. Don't worry, I'm going to come through for you. And there's all these things that happen. Maybe we all don't know, but there's a situation that happens. So Abraham is married to Sarah, and God's like, Sarah, you are going to have a baby. Like I'm going to bless your womb and whatnot. But Sarah jumps the gun and has Hagar, which is like her maidservant, like, go have a baby with Abraham. It's like, what? It's like, what? So there's more stuff. And then God comes back to Abraham. It's like, I'm going to come through for you. I'm going to come through for you. I mean, there's just all this stuff. I mean, there's just, oh my gosh. Like, there's so many hidden nuggets inside of these chapters, and I'm still trying to, like, go through them. I would have to study this for another month or two to really know what's happening. But I just wanted to leave you guys with a little note. Like, Abraham, like, it wasn't a smooth path for him. He dealt with so much, but the Lord finally came through. And I think this is a really good nugget. This is not my nugget. This is Eric Johnson from Bethel down in Redding, California. So I believe it's in the book of Hebrews. It talks about people of faith. And God brings up Sarah as like someone who was like a woman of faith. And it's interesting because if you study like this section of scripture I'm at in the book of Genesis, it talks about how Sarah even laughed. Like when God said that you are going to have a baby and it's going to come from your womb, she even laughed. And God still called her faithful. How cool is that? And there were things that weren't really okay. Like, I really don't think Abraham should have lied about Sarah being his sister. And like there were other things that just weren't really like right. I'm like, I don't know if I'd do that. But God still blessed Abraham and still blessed Sarah and even called Sarah like faithful. And she even laughed at God. Like, that just kind of can give us a little comfort, right? So anyways, if your path is not as smooth as you have wanted it, keep on breathing, okay? Just keep on breathing. Keep on chugging. Keep on fighting the good fight of faith, okay? I know it's tiresome and I know it's hard, but God will come through. His promises have to come through. So if there's a word that you are holding on to or a healing you're holding on to or whatever it is, just keep on holding on to that. And the Lord will come through for you, just like he came through for Abraham and so many other people. All right, guys, have a good one.